Hello Spirit Squad, this is Pixie from Pixie Moons, coming at you with this week's reading for the collective. This week spanning from the 3rd of May until the 9th. First of all, if you're new here, welcome. I am a creative witch, an empath, an energy worker, and an intuitive, and I created this safe space for us to discuss magic, art and spirituality, and to bring you guys uplifting, positive messages through readings like this one and other types of videos. So if all of this interests you, by all means join the Spirit Squad today by subscribing, and remember to ring my bell so you get notified every time I upload, and I upload at least once a week, so be on the lookout for that. And if you are a returning member of the Spirit Squad, thank you so much for being here and welcome back. So same as usual, if you've been rolling with me for a while, you already know I'm first going to talk about the signs the moon will be in next week, and then I will read the cards. I already pulled the cards for us, and I will be discovering them with you guys. Next week is important, interesting, because we're gonna have a full moon in the sign of Scorpio. Without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm going to start with the angel number I pulled for us, and I pulled number 251. 251, so 2, equilibrium, harmony, 5 is change, 1 is new beginnings. But this particular number amounts to 8, which is the number of abundance. And it is telling us that the things we have been working on manifesting are going to materialize in 3D. This is super exciting. I don't know about you, but I've been trying to manifest like a bunch of shit. So it's seeing those things finally come to life. The energy as well that we can work with for this week, very interestingly, is Pluto. I only got one card for this week, and it's Pluto, which is the ruler of Scorpio. I have a few more cards than usual this week because on Sunday the moon is in Virgo, and usually the moon stays in one sign for 2 to 3 days. So on Saturday and Sunday the moon is in the sign of Virgo. Who is Virgo? If you have not watched it, you can go and watch this video that gives you all the tea about the sign of Virgo right after you watch this one. But basically, Virgo is ruled by Mercury. She is an earth sign. She rules the 6th house of health, routine, and pets, basically. So during Sunday, since Saturday is already gone, on Sunday we will probably be feeling like we want to reorganize things, reorganize our routine, our schedule, tend to our health, pay more attention to little details that we may have overlooked, and just putting things in order in general. The cards we have for Sunday are Oracle card 14, the Nile, which would be the equivalent of Temperance in the Tarot. We also have the Queen of Wands, 10 of Wands, okay, Fire, 48, the Halo, and 24, the Bubblegum. So I'm already seeing 444, which is, I mean, if you've been seeing this number repeatedly, this is your angels communicating with you. And 4 is the number of stability. The 10 of Wands to me talks about putting the burden down, being done with something, maybe a situation with someone with a lot of female energy or feminine energy. You are choosing peace of mind, peace of heart on that day, peace of heart with this heart chakra card over here. this feeling of standing out, maybe being lonely. But to me, the way I see it right now is you're standing out and you're taking time for yourself. Taking time for yourself, taking time to rest, and just choosing peace of mind and resting your heart. Maybe you've had emotions you've been struggling with the past few days, and you're kind of being done with that, being at peace with that, and ready to move on and tackle new things, because this also talks about new beginnings, because it amounts to one. So one is new start. So yeah, resting before starting something new and exciting. Moving on to Monday and Tuesday, the moon is going to be in the Aries sign of Libra, ruled by Venus. So it's all about arts and aesthetic and relationships, of course. This is the 7th house. Again, if you want all the tea on the sign of Libra, you can watch this video after you're done, where I tell you all about what Libra represents and what their idiosyncrasies are. But for now, we're going to focus on Monday and Tuesday. And during those days, we might be feeling emotional, or we might be feeling the need to reach out to friends or family and share our feelings and experiences. Like I said, if some of us have been struggling with feeling some type of way during the past few days, maybe those days are going to be propitious to actually sharing and analyzing that and trying to find balance, obviously, with Libra. So our cards for Monday and Tuesday, we only have 3 cards. So the oracle card we have is 24, Horus, and 51, the Night Doll. They both amount to 6. And 4 of Swords. There is this feeling of putting something to rest, or resting yourself. Perhaps something to do with childhood, as this reminds me of the heart chakra and kind of wounds from childhood, from teenagehood, transformation as well, which is interesting with the energy of Pluto that is all about transformation and rebirth. Rebirth. Kind of like a phoenix rising. I'm feeling a lot of blockages in the throat chakra. You guys, something needs to be said, something needs to be expressed, or something is hard to swallow. There is definitely change happening. Here you see the snake shedding its skin and being more circumspect. Our eyes are opening to something. So this thing we are putting to rest, whatever it is, it's going to allow us to gain a new perspective. In terms of reaching out to friends, back of the deck energy, 50, the Pozzoli. This to me talks about gathering with friends. Not necessarily physically, but it's about sharing heart food, soul food, what you feed your soul and your heart with all the green, heart chakra. Really finding something that resonates with you and that makes you feel good. On Wednesday and Thursday, the moon is going to be in the sign of Scorpio, the watery sign of Scorpio, ruled by Pluto, like I was saying, death, rebirth, and transformation. This is going to be a powerful full moon, super full moon. I will get into more details, obviously, in this upcoming video for you guys. But in the meantime, what is Scorpio? Scorpio is the ruler of the 8th house, which is about basically sex, death, rebirth, like I was saying. It's very powerful energy and it's very intuitive as well. We might reach the end of a cycle, like we were saying with the Ten of Wands. End of a cycle, beginning of a new one. It is worth noting as well that Scorpios are very, not just intuitive, but also decisive and very loyal. So perhaps during those 2 days, we might be asked to stand up for somebody or to show our trust to someone, mainly to friends, or we might be asked to make a decision. So let's get into the cards. The Oracle card is 23, the Mirror. Then we have Ace of Swords. New beginnings. 33, Magic Powder. 17, Horchata. So I'm seeing 333 already, which is super exciting. 11 also. This talks about clarity of mind as well, like using judgment, using discernment. So following from this energy from the previous days, we're carrying on with that and using our judgment and reflecting. To me, this is also a new cycle with this kind of circular shape. This is the full moon. I just realized this is the full moon. On the 7th, by the way. This full moon is going to ask us to reflect, as I am talking about in the upcoming video. So stay tuned for that. So this is going to be very intense, but also very exciting energy. We are putting something to rest, starting something new, and focusing on reciprocity, what we give out, what we receive, sharing the abundance if we are lucky enough to have any. This is standing strong to me and being more confident in who you are and being at peace with who you are, because we were shedding old beliefs, old constructs, old wounds the previous days. It will help us be more aware of who we are as a person and move on fiercely, decisively with the energy of that full moon, the energy of Scorpio. Move on towards better things, really. Money, abundance. We are materializing our ideas, our thoughts and desires. You remember number 251? We are materializing things that were just notions that were in here, and we are turning them into something concrete. And yes, we are manifesting the seeds we planted 2 weeks ago during that new moon in Taurus. Those are finally coming to fruition. This is exciting, you guys. Give a like if you're excited. And here we are, back of the deck energy, by the way. 4 of Wands, success, fulfillment. Last but not least, of course, Friday and Saturday, the moon will be in the fiery sign of Sagittarius. This Sagittarius moon is happy. Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter, planet of luck, expansion, travel, higher learning, spirituality. So during those days, we might be feeling very enthusiastic, very optimistic, very positive, going from project to project, kind of knocking them down like dominoes. Really, that's Sagittarius energy to me. And not worrying uselessly, just going for it and not overthinking it. The cards we have for those 2 days, Oracle cards, we have 2. We have, wow, yes. Number 3, Nefertiti, the Empress. 18, the Lotus, beautiful. More wands, more fire energy. We have 7 of Cups. Okay. I have 5. The Fire Eater. Again, fire energy. 8. No, the Swallow. I got 88 as a synchronicity. A lot of fire energy, but be careful with it. Because fire, like air, can get out of control very easily if there's a lot of fire going on. Or it can lead to some things we wish we hadn't said, some things that can be hurtful. And it can also lead us to, if we are rushing too much, can lead us to make the wrong choice. Take our time to make a decision if we have to, because that would lead us to mental freedom, like I said, no worrying, and Sagittarius. They are all about freedom. That's why we get along so well. Gems and Sag, we love our freedom. And 8 is abundance. So really it's about making the right choice that's not going to weigh you down. Really being firm but fair, circumspect again, with this kind of Empress energy radiating over here as well. And again, mental freedom. And when I say mental, I mean spiritual and psychological, not mental. You know what I mean? So really it's putting what the past 2 days have done for us in terms of energy, in terms of manifestation and new beginnings, and putting that into work in an effective and useful kind of way. Not just for us, but also for the collective, for everyone around us. Still, this week seems very coherent to me in terms of energy and in terms of what we're going through that leads to where we're going, if that makes sense. Again, back of the deck energy. This is the equivalent of the devil in the tarot. And this is delusions, shackles, the shackles we put on ourselves, the shackles we put on our minds, being vigilant of illusions and delusions, to realize that we have the key to our freedom and peace of mind. Last thing I want to do before we close off is not an affirmation today, but I was feeling kind of musical lately, so I decided to go with song lyrics, again, excerpts from a song, and this energy might be helpful, or those words might be helpful for us next week. So what do we have? Okay, yeah. In between what I find is pleasing and I'm feeling fine. Love so confusing, there's no peace of mind. Some of us might be going through it with a relationship, a romance, but it's all about focusing on the little things and the little moments and being present in the moment. That's what I think it means. Anyway, that's how I see it. Hope you enjoyed this reading. Please leave a comment if it resonated, and even if it didn't. Let me know what you think. And remember, you are protected, you are supported, and you are divinely guided. And until I see you again, bye.